Okay, let us start module number 5, CAM analysis. The first class I have explained what is CAMs, what are the types of followers. I have explained in detail. Now let us discuss in a second session types of or classification of CAMs. So CAMs may be classified as follows. How you can classify? So first one is classified according to the type of motion. It is classified as dwell, rise, dwell. Again it is, so if you look at that, how it is classified as dwell, rise, dwell. So if you look at that, dwell, rise, dwell, rise, return, dwell. What it means? Already you know that. So cam is a mechanical device or mechanical linkager which is used for converting a rotary motion into a reciprocating motion or rotary motion into a oscillatory motion, right? So we have discussed different types of followers. Okay, after discussing, now let us discuss the types of CAMs or classification of CAMs. Now how we can classify according to the type of follower motion. So different types of follower will be there according to their motion, whether it is moving, whether it is reciprocating, simple harmonic motion, whether it is moving or it is reciprocating the uniform velocity, whether the follower is moving, right, in uniform velocity acceleration and retardation motion, or whether it is moving like cycloidal motion. According to that, the CAMs are classified dwell, rise, return, dwell. So what it is? Dwell means what? It's a rest period. Rise means nothing but whenever the cam rotates, the follower will rise. Return, again the cam is rotating, then again the follower will move back. Again it is dwell, again it is rest period. Nothing but what? Whenever the cam start rotating because of the cam and follower is in contact, right? So whenever it is rotating, the cam is rotating like this. We so that the cam is rotating, then the follower is reciprocating top to to bottom dead center or up and down like this. It is reciprocating. Now dwell period is nothing but what? So when the cam is rotating, no, cam is rotating, but there is no reciprocating or there is no movement of the follower. It is rest at that period. It is rest at that place only at some period. So after that again it is when it is start again it is rotating, then it is will be rise. Okay, after that it will be return. Again it is cam is rotating, again it is the follower is at the rest period. There is no movement and there is no reciprocating. That place it will be rest. So that we can call as a dwell period. So let us see now how we can classify that, what it is. Okay, already I have told that. So now we will consider the displacement of follower versus the rotation of cams, because the cam is having cam and as a follower linkages, right? Now if you take the horizontal is a cam rotation, right? Horizontal is a cam rotation and vertical is the displacement of the follower. So start with the origin here. Start with the origin. Now what it is? Be nothing but it's a dwell. No, at some period the follower is rest in their position. the follower is resting that position. If you observe that, it is followed only this horizontal, and after that it will be rise. Now it will start rising, correct? It will start rise. So look at that. It will start now. It will start rising. Okay, how much it rise at the some period depth of the cam rotation, and after that the 12 period. If you look at then again it is follow the horizontal line, nothing but what the follower is retained that place only. It will not move, right? So that period you can calculate up to this of cam rotation, that they will follow. Then again it is fall, little slow. Then again the follower is returned back, right? It is returning slow. And after that again if you see that dwell, nothing but again it is followed, again it is cam is rotating, but there is no motion of the follower. Again it is start rising. Like this we will go on, dwell, return, dwell, rise, return, like this according to the requirement of the cam rotation as well as follower motion. Now first one, according to the follower motions we can classify dwell, rise, dwell and return. Again it is dwell, you can follow. Now second, so second if you look at that, dwell, right, rise, again return, there is no dwell period. Okay, then it is dwell of the cam. So if the some application is machinery, it's depend upon the application and has rise and return proceeded. There is no in between the dwell period. So suddenly it will rise and suddenly it is return. Okay, and return place and followed by dwells. Now if you look at that again, if you take this one, the rotation of the cam is rotating continuously, and if you see that the displacement of the follower, again it starts with the origin. Now if you look at that, again it is dwell period. At some period, if you look at that, there is no motion of the follower, only the cam will rotate, and after some time again then cam is rotating, then the follower will rise, okay, at some distance. I can say that some distance. Okay, so after that again the cam rotation, again it will return back, the follower will return back. Okay, then again it will see that again the cam will rotate, there is no movement of the follower, it will be rest, it will stay on that place only. Okay, so this type of follower motion, dwell, rise, return, dwell, okay, can classify the second one. The third one, if you observe that, the third one is what? R, nothing but what it is. R, what it is. I can say that it is a, you can say that it is a return, rise, return. Or else you can also say that rise. If you take here, it will be, I can say that it is a rise, again it is return, again it will rise, right? You can also say that rise, return, rise. Okay, so it is rarely used and has no dwells. If you look at that, in between there is no dwell period, there is no rest period. That continuously cam is also rotating, then the movement of follower also there, right? So now it is, I can say that right, if you say that the continuously the start cam rotating and it is the follower is rise at some distance, and after that it will be return back, and again it will be rise, again it will return back. So there is no dwell period on this follower movement, right? So I can say that rise, return, rise of the cam. Okay. The next one is how we can classify according to the shape of the cam. So according to the follower of the motions we can classify. Okay, now next second one, how we can classify according to the shape of the cam. According to the shape of the cam we can classify as wedge shape, radial type, globoidal type, cylindrical and conical, and as well as spherical cam, right? So important one is here, if you look at that, it's a wedge or flat cam. If you look at that, the figure number 8.10, okay, here is the follower is there now. This one is follower and it attached to a ruler. And if we have some plate, it will be cut in a groove on the plate. See that how it will be according to the requirement. It will be cut like this. Groove or cut. If you see that the groove will cut like this, the plate. And if you see that the translating cam also first tutorial has telling that here the movement, the plate will move in the horizontal direction and as well as the follower will move in vertical direction, the wider. If you look at that, so because they have cut a groove such a way that the follower will move as well as it will be returned. Okay, so this type of cams we can call it wedge or flat cam. The next one is radial or disc cam. So whatever the remaining types of cams will be there, all they are radial type. The position of the follower determines the radial distance from the cam axis. The follower held in a position by spring or gravity. So the cam is 8.1 to 8.16. If you observe that all are radial cams, right? Here look at that. This one 8.1, 8.2, 8.3, 8.4. If you look at that Nyberg's follower, here the cam is also there and follower is there. Here the cam axis is passing through the axis of the follower. This type of the arrangement of cam as well as follower you can call as a radial type. The axis of this axis, now look at that, this axis is passing through axis of the follower, and here also radial type also, here you can, this we can call the radial type, and this one ruler type also we can observe, flat faced also we can observe, spherical types we can also observe, right? So in all these types of arrangement, the cam axis is passing through the follower axis. So these types of cam and follower you can call as a radial types of, these arrangement we can call as a radial types. Okay. Now after discussing those types, now let us see another one, cylindrical or drum cam. If you observe that here the figure number 8.1, so here the cam and this one is a follower, and it has a circumferential contour cut in the surface of a cylindrical which rotates about its axis. Now what you have to do here, if you take a one cylinder, in that the contour has to be cut here. If you look at that, the contour has to be cut from here to here at some distance. So in that they have made a such arrangement that the cam is rotating their own axis as well as the follower is moving in that particular contour, and it will moving in a horizontal direction. If you observe that follower is moving in a horizontal direction, the cam is rotating in their own axis, rotating it is, and the follower is moving in this horizontal direction. So this type of cam we can call as a cylindrical or drum cam. So depending upon the application, the types of cam has to be used. So after discussing the types of cams, now let us discuss the important one is the terminology. The cam terminology. Some of the important terms used in radial cam, because of we have to focus on only radial cams. We have to discuss only for radial cam. Okay. In our syllabus is having only radial cam, so we have to focus only radial cam. Now let us discuss what is terminology. Some of the important terms used in the radial cam and as well as follower as shown in different color. So before that, if you look at that, here we have one beautiful figure 8.12, the arrangement of cam as well as follower. In detail he has mentioned some terms related to the cam as well as follower. If you look at that, so he has taken example for ruler type of follower as well as here is the cam. Now we have to observe that here the ruler is attached to the follower. I can say that is a ruler follower. Okay. Now if you observe that whenever it is moving, top dead center to the bottom dead center or bottom dead center to top dead center, I can say that it's moving up and down like this, and cam also rotating clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction depending upon the requirement. We can give a input. Okay, then so we have to observe that here it is the trace point, here the trace point is there, pitch circle is there, and pitch curve, pitch point, base circle, prime circle, right, and follower motion, okay, then pressure angle. So all this translating ruler follower, the total travel. So here starting to here it will be nothing, but whenever it is rotating, then the follower will move this point to this particular point. This we can call as the traveler, total follower of the travel. Okay, now the circle also there. I have to observe. Okay, so let us discuss one by one for this terminology related to the cam. So first one is cam profile. What is cam profile? It is the actual working surface contour of the cam. Yes, if you observe that this one, this cam profile is there, no, this cam profile, the dark line, if you observe that this is dark line, it is the dark curve, you can observe that this is the actual working of a cam profile. How will you get? It depends upon the displacement diagram as well as the movement of the follower. So this is the actual working profile. We can say that it's a cam profile. Okay, now we have to manufacture like this only. Next, base circle. What is base circle? It is the smallest circle drawn to the cam profile from the cam center. So whenever you draw a cam profile, we need to draw first base circle. It's a very important circle. The base circle is the smallest circle drawn to the cam profile. I can say that here, to look at that, the diagram. What is that here? This is circle you have shown. This is a base circle. This one is base circle. Okay, this one is base circle. This smallest circle. In that we have to draw at the center of the cam. This one you can observe that is the center of the cam. So we will start by drawing a cam profile with base circle. You need to draw a base circle. So whenever you are considered as a ruler follower, we need to draw prime circle because we need to draw a ruler. So that's why we need to draw a prime circle. Okay. So different types of follower we can draw a different cam profile, and here only ruler follower will get prime circle, but remaining will not get any prime circle. Okay, base circle is the smallest circle that can be drawn. Okay, now let us trace point. If you observe that trace point, it is the point on which, or it is the point on the follower located at the knifehead's follower, and the center of ruler in the ruler follower or center of spherical face is mushroom spherical follower. So it's a trace point, nothing but it is starting point where it is actually start to draw or movement. I can say that the movement or draw to cam profile. If you observe that here, this is a trace point. No, in this follower, ruler follower, the trace point is here. But in knifehead's follower, the trace point is at that point only, that knifehead point only. And the remaining also, the trace point only, that point only. And here the ruler follower, the trace point is here, and you start with here only. Okay. Next one is pitch curve. It is the path trace point. Now we will get by considering one problem I will explain. The lift or stroke is very important. What is that lift or stroke? It is the maximum displacement. What is lift or stroke? It is the maximum displacement. It is the maximum displacement of the follower from its lowest position to the topmost position. This we can call as a lift. So here it is the lowest position and this one is the maximum displacement. So this distance between this lowest point to this highest point we can call as a total follower of the travel, or you can call as a lift or a stroke. How we can define as a lift or stroke? It is the maximum displacement of the follower. Maximum displacement of the follower from its lowest position to the top topmost position. Now it's the lowest position you can take here and topmost is here. I can say this is the distance between this lowest to this highest we can call as a stroke or a lift, right? So pressure angle, it is the angle between the normal to the pitch curve and the incidence direction. Now you have observed that. So here the movement of the follower, and if you draw one line, it is passing through the center of the cam, and if you make one angle, okay, because of whenever it is trying to rotating now, okay, then it will come here and ultimately it will changing some angle, right? So that angle you can call it the pressure angle. Okay, now dwell is there. It's a very important term I have used. Dwell is nothing but what? We have to focus on that. Dwell is nothing but what? Dwell, it is the period during which the follower is at rest. In this period, the follower is at rest, that position only. There is no movement of the follower. Only cam is rotated, but the follower will not move. It will be at their position, that position only. So that period you can call as a dwell. Next is pitch circle. It is the circle from the cam center through the pitch point. Pitch circle, it is the circle from the cam center through the pitch point. Now if you say that here is the center of the cam, and here I have drawn a base circle, and one more point circle also we have drawn. So here is the pitch point, because we have one line passing through the center of the cam now. You can see that is a pitch point, and that point is following to the pitch curve only. If you look at that, this curve, the dotted line now, that we can call as a pitch circle. Prime circle, it is the smallest circle drawn to the pitch curve from the center of the rotation of the cam. So prime circle only needed for ruler follower, because we need to draw a ruler, and the tracing point is only for the prime circle, and we start drawing a cam profile as well as the ruler in only for just prime circle. That's why we need to draw a prime circle. The prime circle is only using ruler formula. I will explain how we can use that. Cam angle, it is the angle of the rotation of the cam for definite displacement. Cam angle, but it is the angle, okay, of rotation of the cam from definite displacement of the follower. So follower, how it will be displaced, okay, particular distance. Now what angle it will take, that is known as the cam angle. So particularly I can say that is a 60 degrees, 120 degree according to the displacement of the cam. Okay, it is according to the displacement of the follower and the rotation. That will angle will get that angle you can call as a cam angle. I can say that here to here, when it is rotating now at 60 degree, I can say that 120 degree. Okay, because of the follower will move at particular distance. That angle we can call as a cam angle. Okay, so these are the terms, important terms related to the cam. Okay, we have to focus on that. So after that, the types of follower motion is there. That is the uniformly velocity, uniform types of follower motion. Already I have told that. So depending upon the motion of the follower, you can classify it. Now here if you look at that, some types of follower motion is there. So whenever the follower is moving now, how it will move, whether it is moving in a uniform velocity, whether it is moving in a uniform acceleration retardation UARM, whether it is moving a simple harmonic motion, and whether it is moving a cycloidal motion. According to that, we need to draw a displacement diagram. Okay, so whenever it is moving in a uniform velocity, how we can draw a displacement diagram. When it is moving in uniform acceleration and retardation, how we can draw a displacement diagram. Simple harmonic motion, we need to draw a displacement diagram. Cycloidal motion also, we need to draw a displacement diagram. So according to the types of follower motion, we need to draw a displacement diagram. How we can draw, I will explain. So if you look at the displacement, velocity, acceleration diagram, when the follower moves with a uniform velocity. Uniform velocity is nothing but angular displacement because of 360 degree, 0 to 360, because of the cam is complete rotation. I can say that is a 360 degree the displacement of the follower. You start with 0 degree. You look at that here, 0 degree is there now. Now I can say that it is moving in uniform velocity. Uniform velocity nothing but it is moving like this because of there is no, it is a constant, it's moving right now. A to B, if you observe that line of straight line, because it is moving in uniform velocity. Right? So that's why I can say that it's a uniform velocity. Again it is dual period, again it will be rest B to C, again it will be written back at a uniform velocity. Okay, so whenever you draw the follower is moving with uniform velocity, you need to draw a to be in a straight line. Is there no C to D also straight line? We need to draw a straight line because of the follower is moving only constant. There is no changing, right? The path will not be changed. It will be same A to B and C to D. Okay, then so whenever it is moving with a simple harmonic motion, A to B, if you look at that, it is moving in a simple harmonic motion. It is not be a constant. Okay, A to B, if you observe that, it will like some cubic in nature, no? Okay, if you curve A to B, it is one curve, and C to D, it is another one curve. Okay, it will follow only simple harmonic motion. How we can draw this curve A to B and C to D? No, rise as well as return. I will explain by considering the figure, considering the one problem. Okay, now the second one is displacement on the elastic acceleration diagram found by it moves with uniform acceleration and retardation. If you observe that A to I, right, and H to D. Now what we have a one curve, no, it is moving with uniform acceleration and retardation. Uniform acceleration and retardation. Again, it is also returning uniform acceleration and retardation. Now how we can construct this type of curve whenever it is moving with UARM, I will explain by considering the problem. Okay, now after discussing all those motion of the follower, so here is only one important term, cycloidal. So another one is cycloidal. No, if you look at that, you have one curve, again you have to divide and you have to draw one more curve. Because of the follower is moving with the cycloidal motion, we will get this type of curve, and it is returning also, will get this type of curve. So see that this one. Okay, now I will explain, I will construct in cycloidal motion also, I will explain. Right, now after discussing this type of follower motion, now if you look at that by considering one problem in detail, okay, we'll discuss. So before that we have to remember this table, important formula is there. Now we have to look at that. Here some important formula is there. Okay, look at that, we have one important formula table here. Okay, so types of motion here, okay, first what you have to do here, we have to take a one column you have to write types of motion, the second column you can write a stroke, the third column you can write a maximum velocity and maximum acceleration. So here if you consider the problem, he will ask what is maximum velocity and what is maximum acceleration at particular motion of that follower. Now how we can calculate? We can use these equations. There is no derivation, only how to take this equation and how to calculate maximum velocity as well as maximum acceleration. Okay, so in that first column we will take types of motion. We have a four important types of motion. Uniform velocity, there is no maximum velocity, there is no maximum acceleration because of the uniform velocity, there is no change. Okay, only you will get maximum velocity as well as maximum acceleration for simple harmonic motion, uniform acceleration and retardation motion, and cycloidal motion. Right? Now stroke, outstroke, instroke. Particularly if you take this simple harmonic motion, in that we have a stroke, outstroke and instroke. Outstroke nothing but what? The follower is rise. Outstroke nothing but rise. Instroke nothing but return. In some term also used for outstroke nothing but, also we can say that rise. Rise is nothing but ascent. Okay. Instroke nothing but it's a return stroke. You can also use other word, that is a descent. Ascent as well as descent. Descent is nothing but return stroke. Instroke also we can say that. Right? So maximum velocity how we can calculate? So VA nothing but VA, that is maximum velocity for outstroke nothing but what? The return stroke, rise. Outstroke nothing but rise. 5 omega s divided by 2 theta a. Here s is nothing but that is the stroke length, or you can say lift. Okay, now we can use for particular angle for theta a we can calculate, and here also maximum acceleration pi square omega square s divided by 2 theta a. Okay, that's in stroke we can use this equation, and at maximum acceleration you can use this equation. For UARM you can use this equation, and for maximum acceleration this equation. For stroke we can use these two equations for maximum velocity and maximum acceleration, and in stroke nothing but return stroke at the descent we can use this equation as well as this equation for velocity as well as maximum acceleration. For cycloidal motion, for outstroke, rise, ascent, you can use these two equations for maximum velocity and maximum acceleration, and return in stroke and descent we can use these two equations for calculating maximum velocity and maximum acceleration. Okay, and one more thing, we can omega equal to how we can calculate angular velocity, generally 2 pi n by 60. Yes, is nothing but the stroke. In mm also we can take, or meter equation. Theta A is there, no, that is angle of ascent in radians. Already I have told that. Angle of ascent nothing but rise. Angle of ascent nothing but what is the rise. Theta D is never angle of descent, that is the return. Descent is nothing but that is a return stroke. Okay, so by seeing this important formula table, okay, so very important, you have to remember this table. So after that what you have to do here, I will take one simple problem, I will explain how we can draw. Okay, how we can draw. So for that purpose, all of you, what you have to do, you have to take a compass box, okay, ruler type scale, divider and angle, okay, pencil, or you can use pen also, no problem. You have to take, and also we need to take a A4 size sheet. A4 size paper will be there, you can take 10 to 15 A4 size paper, because I will explain how we can draw graphically. It's not analytically, it's a graphically, how we can draw displacement diagram as well as stamp profile. I will explain in detail. So all of you, what you have to do, you need to take a compass box and A4 size sheets. And if you have a notebook also, no problem. But we all of you need to take a compass box. Must and should you need to take a compass box, and also scale, divider. Okay, all we have to take, and we have to solve a problem. Okay, so first problem I will take example number 8.1. So before that, you have to collect all these things, I will explain later.